Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. Just doing a video today about one of my heroes that has gone off the deep end into senility and irrelevancy, unfortunately. And we've seen this, the past 2 years or so, that there's been a lot of political figures that have just had some horrible takes. And I also, could say that add Bernie Sanders, when he was sucking up to Joe Biden even before this current crisis that we're in, is included in that. So recently there's been a lot of controversy with Noam Chomsky and his take on the virus and people that do not take the jab, a dab-a-do, as is called. That's a code word that I'm using, of course, for YouTube. And this is something that is a very problematic take that he has, that he's basically, reminds me of the HIV crisis, where he wanted to quarantine or exile people that were not, that were actually HIV positive. These Republicans in the 80s would talk about this, like how they thought people that were HIV positive should go to an island and all this stuff. And some of the comments of Chomsky sounded kind of similar to that. And I'm just like thinking, okay, this is a guy that was an anarchist and purported to believe in individual rights and individual liberties, and, would attack the corporate technocratic systems that were in place, especially during the Vietnam War. I had these infamous debates with William F. Buckley when, public discourse was a little bit better when we had more debates like that in a longer format, which I believe is probably the better thing to do at this point. And it's really disappointing, because I followed Chomsky. I still own about like 8 of his books that I read. And it's a really sad moment, But as far as, he's 93 years old or whatever, but, it's just like, it's a really sad moment when he says that. And I'm, if people really want people to do this thing, this big pharma sponsored thing that people are pushing on people, regardless of the consequences, by the way. We don't know how it affects kids, and they're pushing that, with the myocarditis and stuff, and we don't really know as far as what the V card, I don't know, I'm trying to think of more words so I can get around the censors. We don't know what the effects will be on kids. There's not really, as far as long term. So the Action Jackson movie attending, them seeing it, if it's going to be affect them in that way or not. The Action Jackson Nation movie or its sequel, which now they're saying that you have to watch the sequel to say that you've had the movie. Some people are saying that. Paul Orford actually has come out against some of these recent proclamations, and some other actual medical authorities are still saying that you do not have to see the third movie, or the as far as that, if you only saw the abridged version, which is the Big Johnson one. Johnson owned that one. You don't necessarily have to take, I don't know his take on that one, if you have to see the full sequel as well on that, but using code words, code language. So there's still controversial. There wasn't as much coverage as last time when there was people that resigned from the FDA, and as far as that goes. But either way, they're saying, well, we might have to change the definition down the road and all this stuff. And then now there's like this big push not to do these mandates by business organizations, which see, I don't, it's the thing is, it's like, ostensibly, if you're in a public health crisis, okay, well, let's do these mandates. It's not that it's not even that the mandates are, let's say they're well intended. I'm completely red-pilled on this whole crisis at this point. Just considering what's come out about Fauci the last couple of days and stuff, I'm just completely like, yeah, this is all a complete disaster as far as everything goes. I'm not going to say, just saying, there's certain, I'll just say like a Cotton Schwab. How about that? Cotton Schwab. I'm trying. I'll see if this video actually gets actually posted, because I've already kind of spilled the beans on a lot of stuff. Cotton Schwab and, resetting things in a certain way for certain IDs and certain things that you can or can't do for this control grid or whatever the hell they're trying to do, with currency and everything like that. So conspiracy theory, fine, it is, but it is what it is. So do I think what Chomsky is saying has any relevance as far as this goes? No, I don't. I think he's completely jumped the shark. I think Bernie Sanders has jumped the shark. I think Tulsi Gabbard just became a Republican, basically. Everybody that was a hero to you in 2019 is now turned ranks, changed ranks. Now, there are people that have surprisingly come around, and it's continuing to happen, which is a good thing. So I'm not going to be totally like negative about everything that's going on right now with this, because it's not all negative. You have Max Blumenthal, you have Glenn Greenwald, you have Matt Taibbi. You still have these people that are still ostensibly on the side of truth. You have the Jimmy Dores of the world. Completely. I mean, I'm been surprised by him. Because early on I sent him an article like last year, like the middle of last year, about some of this stuff, and I don't know. I'm not giving myself credit for changing his mind about the crisis or not, but it's pretty interesting to see his takes on things now. Now, I believe in incentives over mandates. If this is really that important, incentivize people. Otherwise, it's like the war on drugs. It's like criminalizing things, criminalizing behaviors, what you put in your body, whatever, as far as you don't want to put something in your body or being forced to do this thing, well, let's give a good incentive to do so. And a lot of people don't know anybody that's been affected by this in a big way. Or if they do, they've been, they already have like 5,000 other health problems. Why would I care about, it could have been pneumonia that gave them this, whatever, that happened. It could have been something else. So I'm just giving the rationalizations for this before people scream at me about this. But it's just, it's like mandates or the government forcing things top down is always a disaster in the making, in my opinion. And that's, especially with health matters like this, it's like they closed it's like if they criminalized, they just like in the 80s where they tried to criminalize homosexuality, criminalize these evil people, killing people with their behavior. It's the same kind of logic. It's like, well, if you've attended the Action Jackson Jabba Dabba Doo movie, what do you have to worry about? Does it not work? Did it not work? Why are you attacking people for not attending it? If it really is that good, and if it's really that good, why do you have to see it over and over again? Why do you have to see the next installment? Oh, I can just, excuse me. Why do we have to see this, movie over and over again? Why do we have to see the sequel or see the abridged version again? If the movie's that good, I saw, my favorite movies, This Is Spinal Tap. I like watching it over and over again, but I'm not going to see, watch the sequel, Return of Spinal Tap, and then watch that again, because that wasn't very good. It was okay, but I'll watch This Is Spinal Tap a lot. I have a poster on my wall, that's why I'm pointing there. So why do we have to see the movie over and over again? You have to see this new sequel because the first movie wasn't good enough. Oh, well, that sucks, Why do I have to watch these movies over and over again? I thought that would just suffice. Oh, I guess we're going to have to do this over and over again. Oh, you're going to have to do this over and over again to go anywhere? To go to a concert, go to a grocery store? Oh, you're not on your 9th Wi-Fi boost, right? Oh, what do I do? Oh, it's on my app. Okay. Oh, my digital currency is connected to this now too. Oh, my social credit score is at -10. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to be fed this month. Oh, great. You know, so if that's what they're going towards, then fuck them, and then fuck Noam Chomsky for that. That's about all.